This is the western fence lizard. Here's a picture of the lizard. So you can see it lives in the LA River. Around 30 of them do. Most of them live right in this region, actually. And it's drawn to the river for a number of reasons. Water and insects, which are a primary food source, as well as it becomes free of things like cars that are dangerous. It prefers soft bottom areas of the river, as you can see, extremely by this graph. More insects in the soft bottom areas and stuff like that. I think it's drawn to those areas more. It's native to this area, the Western United States, a little bit of Canada, a little bit of Mexico, and so it's not introduced, at least to this area. And it's a very persevering species. It's a generalist diet, so it's been able to sort of continue to survive. It's not considered an endangered species, and yeah, its preferred habitat is basically just not too dry, not a desert, and not too wet, not a boreal forest, but most other stuff in between that is fine. You know, shrubland, chaparral, temperate seasonal forest. Pretty much all those are fine. So I guess if it's doing so well, then why should we be focusing on it? And I think a very interesting reason would be that it's very good at decreasing the prevalence of Lyme disease, as much as it can decrease the rates from as much as 50% to 5% in areas affected by Lyme disease. And I mean, that's just such a large amount for the species that hasn't been bioengineered or anything. So let's talk about restoration methods. Start out with planting native trees and plants. Those will bring insects, which will bring more lizards. Of course, they'll keep the insect population in check. And then the other thing is going to be to install some boulders and rocks and logs. You can see in the picture that they enjoy the logs in. And this will also bring in, you know, this microbiomes, bring in insects and spiders. And but it'll also create areas for them to sunbathe. The reptiles ectothermic, so they need to sort of regulate their body temperature, and this will create a lot of areas for them to do that in the LA River. So here are my sources and images.